Hi there, just doing a quick trade review for last night. You can see I took ARRY on the break of the first 1 minute flag. I took 200 shares, sort of spiked up, then came back down, fell under the $8 mark, and I got scared out of the position, down $22. Just looking to see how it sort of pans out for the next little bit, see if a few buyers come in to see if we can break that high of day. You can see it sort of starts buying again, so I've gone for another 200 shares, so I'm in at 809 as my average. Sort of spikes up, comes back down a little bit, plays around here a little bit. I'll be sort of wanting the $8 mark and the VWAP to be acting as my support. That's where I'd sort of want it to be to be taking off from there to take out that 815 level. We'll just see how it keeps sort of playing out here. Sort of just middling around. Not much buying coming in at the moment. It's coming down near to retest that the VWAP. We start getting a few buyers coming in now. As you can see, we get a big jump up. I'm getting it ready to liquidate my position at any time because this thing can just fall back because it's moved up so much over the day so far. You can see we're getting a few more buyers coming in. That 811, once that sort of breaks through, we should be up to able to push through pretty quickly. You can see now we've just got to, I put my trend line in there, so I've got some sort of support. I've added to my position once that level broke and I've doubled up. So now we've got an 816. I've taken some off the tail, took 50 off, get it up to the 818 level. Sort of sits here for a little bit. I've taken a bit of profit, keep taking a bit of profit, waiting for it to keep moving up. I was thinking about going long if it keeps going any more, just depending on how this little bar goes. It started looking like a little inside bar to me. When there's a pause in the buying, it's generally a bearish sign for me. So I just wanted to see how this thing pans out. I started selling a little bit more because I just didn't see any buying coming through. You can see here it's just sort of middling around. Not much going on. Bit more buying comes in on the time and sale. You see that 818 level, it's starting to get bought up a little bit. Fair few more shares getting bought up, so I've bought a bit more, but it doesn't seem to be moving. So there's a fair bit of volume coming in now, but it's just not moving anywhere. So I started getting wary. By now I'm thinking that this is definitely get out because it's going to tank. As you can see, that all of a sudden we get a little bit of a spike down. I'm out of my position, and then we'll see how it sort of pans out now. So that's when you get that total rug pull, gets pulled all the way down, breaks the trend line through the VWAP, and all those longs have been trapped and just totally get hammered, and it pulls right down. Pulls right down to nearly the open price from memory. Yeah, so we get a big spike down. And you can see it goes through, goes actually red on the day for a second, then comes back up, and it's now now looking like it's going to come back and use that 8 level as a resistance level. My next trade was on WPRT, so I've gone short here on this bear flag. I was very wary that it was going to spike back up to try and retest that $6.50 level. So it started moving down, sort of moving averages were moving down. We get this nice bear flag and a little channel, but it started the buyers started coming in at around this level. I got scared out of the position. As you can see here that I got scared out, just took a $10 loss. I'd rather have a small loss than just in case it squeezes up, because there's been a fair bit of selling going on this stock so far. And it sort of breaks through my my level that I had as my resistance. It would have been my stop anyway. Next trade stock that I took was Line. Took 200 shares on here. This had just created a nice little bounce, bear flag coming down. Added to my position once I started getting into the positive. Started sort of coming back a little bit now. I got scared out of the position again. I've been very hesitant lately, just about because the spikes that are just happening. So I just took a small gain on that one, and just let it should have probably let it keep riding for a little bit, but we'll see what happens on the stock. So I took another 300 shares short. You can see we're starting to sort of flag out a little bit. I'm trying to work out where everything is. I've taken another 100 shares on this break here. So we're sitting at, I've taken 400 shares now. We're getting a bit of a break, but I'm just very wary of it breaking up past this, because we've seen just like so much booming at the moment. The SPY's moving up. I've taken some profits here. It starts to come down. Have a look at all the have a look at the volume that comes in here, which is a general sign that we can get a reversal, especially if we get a fair bit of buying volume coming in. So I'm out. So I got out of the stock. Might not have been the best idea. Very close to the low of day. Sort of comes back up to retest the breakout level, but there was a lot of buying coming in there, so I was out of that position. CONN, I was setting up here for the I remember looking at this 24 level. This 24 level was key, so we're flagging all around it. It's going all through it, all around, under and over it. So it's definitely a key level that I need to see some movement. Was a bear flag on the day. SPY's starting to move down quite heavily, so it makes it a little bit more bearish. I've taken 150 shares short of this 24 break, just to try and to get a few get a bid in if this flag breaks to the downside. See a lot of buying coming in at that level. I've adjusted my my trend line just to see, these are always movement around where you're going to see the buyers come and go. We get a bit of selling coming in here now. I shorted more, but my short filled quite far down. Obviously a heap of stops got tripped in, and then just the rug got pulled on it, and then I was out. So I made 20 bucks on that one, so I made a bit better of a gain. Came back up, really should have held on to this one. Huge volume coming down there, past the low of day, and it's gone red for the day. Would have been a really good gain if I held on, but as trading is, if you are always worrying about the ifs, you're never going to succeed. So definitely very timid today for myself. Now I've taken ARRY again, so I've taken another 200 shares. This thing's pulled back quite a fair bit. We're flagging. Taken 300 shares, so I'm just having a look to see how we go with this one. Starts moving up a little bit. Fair bit of buyers were coming through. Then I get this little pin bar. I'm hesitant. I sold out of half my position, and then I was out totally. As soon as it started coming back, I was a bit worried it was going to tank past the that 785 level, which I felt was key. So I was sitting down a little bit for the day so far, but not too bad, around break even. Then I had KITE. This was one of my worst trades that I've done. I think I wasn't too happy with this, so I took 50 shares. Huge spread on this thing when I was in it. It's just it wasn't moving much at all. I've fast forwarded this quite fast. I've gone for the 61 break. As you can see, look at the big reactions coming down off that $61 level. I needed to be prepared for a big spike down, which I wasn't. So as it spiked down, I've panicked and hit my my buyback button. So I've taken a $40 loss on that one straight off the bat, and then it bounces straight back. So just the emotions kicked in on that one, definitely. So I've gone bought another 25 shares down the low, and I'm also in WPRT. This thing was looking like a good short. It spiked up to that $6.50 level, like we were talking about earlier on, and still took a loss on that one. Now we're back to KITE now. Looks like it's sort of coiling up around the high of day. So I've got 100 shares now. $60.85 is my average. I'm still expecting it to come down and test that trend line, just not make the same mistake. As you can see, the buyers that came through there. I've bought more shares to go for that flag break. As it spikes through, I took all my profits just in that hesitation mode, and ended up moving a full dollar. So I could have made quite a good score on that one, but just been very timid on the day. I made a lot of mistakes. So line came back in, took another short on it. as we came in, I got a 13.15 average. So as it sort of broke that level, I was in. Starts flagging around here. Make a little bit of a gain, and I ended up exactly zero at the end of the day. So less my fees in that on ClickFund, I just ended up at zero. All right, thank you very much.